The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "A good tree does not bear rotten fruit, nor does a rotten tree bear good fruit. For every tree is known by its own fruit. For people do not pick figs from thorn bushes, nor do they gather grapes from brambles. A good person out of the store of goodness in his heart produces good, but an evil person out of a store of evil produces evil. For from the fullness of the heart the mouth speaks. Why do you call me Lord, Lord, but not do what I command? I will show you what someone is like who comes to me, listens to my words, and acts on them. That one is like a man building a house, who dug deeply and laid the foundation on rock. When the flood came, the river burst against that house, but could not shake it because it had been well built. But the one who listens and does not act is like a person who built a house on the ground without a foundation. When the river burst against it, it collapsed at once and was completely destroyed." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Good morning. Welcome to those joining us on the live stream. Today, Jesus speaks as a simile. He talks about a tree whose good roots produce good fruits. And he's comparing that to a man whose good heart produces good deeds or good acts. For the treasure of the heart is like the root of that tree. And he talks about how we can distinguish a good tree, a good man, from a bad tree or a bad man. For a tree, we look at the fruit that it produces, not at the foliage. It might be a beautiful looking tree, might be well manicured, but we're to look at the fruit, not at the leaves or the foliage. And for a man, we're to look not at his appearance, or he may be finely dressed, maybe well presented, but we're to look at his deeds, how he actually acts in life. For a lot of people turn out to be nothing but large, shiny leaves, kind of empty. Today we have some phrases, some sayings that kind of connote what Jesus is talking about, like actions always speak louder than words, or talk is cheap, or we must practice what we preach. Jesus asks us to act as Christians, to make no separation between the faith that we profess with our lips and the way that we live our lives. We need to develop, with the help of grace, a life of virtue, a habitus of virtue. For we become what we do. When we do one evil thing, it's all that much easier to do another evil thing, and so on until we become evil. If we do a good thing, with God's grace, it's easy to do another good thing, and so we develop a good heart, a life of virtue. We become what we practice, we become what we do. And so a virtuous heart, a heart of patience and charity, produces good fruit, enables us to love our neighbor and to love our enemy, to do good to those who hate us, to bless those who curse us, to not take revenge on those who attack us, not to judge or condemn. These are challenging actions in our world of chaos today, and important to reflect upon on this day, the 20th anniversary of 9/11. We are to act out the teachings of Jesus, to develop a habitus of virtue, to develop a good heart that bears good fruit, and in doing so, to dig a deep foundation that enables us to resist the floods of opposition that will come our way. We are writing a gospel, a chapter each day, by the deeds that we do. When we find ourselves struggling with this teaching, with this command of Jesus, may we call upon the holy name of Mary, who shows us that love is more than a word. Love is action. And may our actions be rooted in a heart like the heart of Jesus.